Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Motivational Drive Show. Today, I'm very excited. We'll be doing an interview with Best Performance College right now. As you know, on this platform, we bring you great giants, men and women that are doing outstanding work within their community, business people, community leaders, different leadership, people that are doing excellent work. So today, we'll be interviewing two good friends of mine who are the directors of Best Performance College, Bohlokoa Thapelo. I call them OSB and OST, Bohlokoa Senatsi and Thapelo Makhura. They'll be sharing with us how they got to start such an outstanding college right in the middle of Polokwane, how they managed to start this college, their challenges that they've met throughout their journey, obstacles, how they overcame those obstacles. Basically, the aim of this channel is that you also can learn from those that have already achieved what you want to achieve. Now, if you have not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel. Yeah, let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome once more to the Motivational Drive Show. My name is Lehlohonolo Thoabala. For those of you who do not know me, I am a motivational speaker. My voice is my invoice. I'm not in the business of public speaking. I'm in the business of changing lives. Now, at this show, you should know by now if you are a subscriber. For those of you that have not subscribed yet to this YouTube channel, do subscribe to this YouTube channel. What do we do on this platform? We bring you great men and women that have walked the path of success, that have walked the journey, that are doing outstanding work within their community, great leadership, great profiles. Now, today I'm very excited because I'm with two beautiful ladies in the studio that are doing a very great, excellent work. I've been privileged to know them for quite some time now, and their growth have been so magnificent, inspiring to me. I've been watching their journey, and I'm so impressed. I'm today with Bohlokoa Senatsi.
Hi, everyone.
Thapelo Makhura. Now, they are the directors of Best Performance College, which you saw. Now, welcome to the Motivational Drive.
Thank you for having us.
You look beautiful as always.
Thank you.
You're always proper. Now, my first question to you, to both of you, I'm sure everyone is dying to know, how did this be established? I mean, right in the middle of Polokwane. I mean, we were just speaking about rent just before we started. I know rent within this town, it's quite high. Now, here's a college, which obviously started from the bottom. How did this come about? Where did you start? Please just take me back.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Bohlokoa. I'm one of the directors. We started in 2014. We started in a very small building. We are paying like a quarter of what we're paying now. We used the savings we had. We just decided, you know what, there will never be a day where we have enough money, so let's just start with what we have. And we used the savings that we had, and we started very small.
Hi, my name is Thapelo Makhura, as Lehlohonolo has introduced me. Uh, she forgot one part when she said that we used our savings. The savings that we had 6,000 rand into our account. We had 6,000 into our account, and we needed to pay rent. There were a lot of things that we needed to do, the expenses. So we only had 6,000, but then by the grace of God, He came through for us.
Oh wow, God
Yeah.
always comes through for us. You know, I've realized one thing: if there's a willing, a burning desire, there's nothing that can stand in the front of a burning desire and the determination to do that. Now, what inspired the reason, like, to establish a college? I know how I met both of you. What inspired the thought that, look, now we're starting Best Performance College? From there, what transitioned? What inspired the transition, and how did that come about?
Okay, like you already said, we were working together for one college.
Okay.
I was the campus manager, she was the admin head. So both of us made a very good team. The college that we were working for at that time had about 6 branches.
Okay.
But the Bohlokoa campus, the one that she and I were running, was the best running campus.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we sat
'Cause you're
down
the
and
best.
said, why not? I mean, both of us make a good team. We made a real good team, and we decided, you know what, it's time to do our own, because we've been doing a good job since, and we had a good working relationship. So we decided, no, I think let's just give it a try.
Okay. Now, Thapelo, please take me to the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
Obviously, as you said, you started working at a college. Starting a business, transitioning from employee to a business and entrepreneur, it's a huge step. And you know, if one mistake is not, if one mistake happens there, things might come stumbling down. As they say, most of the businesses actually break down or crash in their first years. Now, why is it that, I know you established this college 2014. What kept this college? What are the right implementations that you put in place when you transition from employee to entrepreneur?
I think, as she already said, that we had a very good working relationship.
Okay.
A teamwork is always the best in a company.
Yes.
We are from different background. She's from Lesotho, I'm a South African, you understand? We sit down. She's older than me. We sit down and we spoke respect, trust. Though it's not simple to trust someone with money, but with us, it's trust. You need to trust someone that you work with. You must trust your partner. You must be transparent with each and everything that you do. You understand? What I can tell you is that we are not just business partners. We are more than that. Actually, yeah, we are more than that. We speak about everything. When I have financial challenges, I tell her that, listen up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand? Trust. It takes us back to trust, okay? And teamwork. We don't sit down and say, oh, you were the campus manager. It means that you must run with your duties as a campus manager. If she's not here, she went out for lunch and people come in, they need help. I cannot say the campus manager is not around. I need to take a step and help. Same thing when I was working that side, I was working with finance, doing administration. When I'm not around, she step up, she takes up. And then she tells me, oh, I had a challenge with 1, 2, 3, 4, this is what I did. She always keeps me updated. I always keep her updated that this is what we must do, this is what you must do. I did 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm not around, if somebody comes here and looking for something, this is what you must give them. Yeah.
Now, Bohlokoa, there's a young lady that's watching this, that's tuned in right now. And she says, look, you know what? I've always had a dream of working for myself, transitioning from employee to entrepreneur. However, it's not easy. You know, it's a huge risk, Thapelo, moving from a comfort of your salary, whatever it might be, to, you know, as an entrepreneur, I usually say to people that they might see you now living their life, you know, I'm always looking at your lives, you both living their lives, overseas holidays, exotic cars. Someone might be watching that, but they don't know how it all began behind the scenes. I usually say, for every glory, there's a story, right? Now, what would you say, Bohlokoa, to that young lady that's watching this, saying, look, I'm scared, I have a child, you know, I'm scared, I've got the comfort of my salary, but starting business, I don't even know if it's going to make money. What can you say to such a person?
Okay, firstly, I'll say if you want to start a business, it should not be about money.
Yes.
Yeah, starting a business is, you should do something that you love. I think Thapelo and I started this business because we were in love with the industry. I'm a qualified statistician, but I was not enjoying sitting in the office 8 to 4 doing all that mathematics. But when I got in the college industry, I fell in love with it.
Wow.
Yes, I gave it my all. I enjoyed spending time with our students, the parents, solving parents' issues and those things. So before you start anything, make sure that it's something that you love, because if you're running after money, it's not going to work out. So make sure it's something that you love, because if you love something, you're going to give it your all. And if you give something your all, there's no way it won't work. It will definitely work if you give it your all. So, and business, anyway, business is all about taking risks.
Yeah.
There's no way you can start a business without taking a risk. So you should know it's a win or lose, but if you put in everything that you have, it will definitely work out.
Wow, you heard that. They say make sure it's not only about the money, it's about loving what you do. I usually say that those that seek after profits, they perish. But if you live a purposeful life, most definitely your business will thrive. So seek to make an impact and not an income, and the income will follow. Thapelo, we live in a generation where race, a lot of people are hiding about the race issue, that look, I'm not successful because I'm an African, I'm black, and then also the gender issue, look, I'm not successful because I'm a woman. No, ladies are not taken seriously in terms of in the boardroom and all that. Yeah. But here today, I'm sitting with two directors of this beautiful college. You'll also mention to us how many learners do we have here, because this college is doing quite well. Here you are, both of you are females as directors. How is that possible in a generation that we live in, that a lot of people are still behind, say, look, for one to thrive, they need to be this kind of a gender, they need to be this kind of a race. What do you have to say to a young lady, a lady that's watching this, aspiring to be an entrepreneur as well?
Yeah. What I would say to that young lady is that you need to have a self-confidence.
Wow.
Self-confidence, it defeats a lot of things. You understand? A fear of race, it's all in our mind as a person. A person is a person no matter the color of your skin. You cannot say that, oh, I am black, I cannot do this. A person is a person. Our blood is red, it's not black, it's not white, it's not pink, it's not colored. We all have the same blood. We all live on the same hour or second. You understand? As a young woman, what I can tell you is, I was only 25 years old when we started this with Bohlokoa. What I have learned, it's confidence. I had a problem of low self-esteem in high school. So as time goes by, I realized something. When I have confidence, if I can do this, I will do it with self-confidence. It's only about confidence, self-confidence, and self-discipline, both financially and as a person also, because you cannot say that I want to be an entrepreneur. Every time you have a profit, you want to spend on it. Self-discipline in both financially and as a person also. Discipline yourself in most of the things. I don't say that they should not go out and have fun. Yes, they can go out and have fun, but limit. Check your the people that you hang around with. You cannot hang around with people who goes for clubbing 24/7 and say, I want to be an entrepreneur. You cannot do that. People go out there to have fun. What time would you have time to sit down and reflect and say, oh, if I can do 1, 2, 3, this can come out of 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand, sir? Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you learned that race or gender does not contribute in business, because obviously before people want to know whether this work was done by a lady or by a black person, they look at the work itself. So essentially what she just said is that make sure that your work is excellent. You know, and one of the things that I really don't like, it's supporting business just because someone is black. Even though you bring a mediocre product in the market, we just have to buy it on the basis of pity. And I mean, that's not how business should be. Business should be based on your product is adding value to my life. So I really like that. You mentioned about making sure that you don't just get the profits and then immediately you start having fun with all the money. Now, Bohlokoa, take me through here. Most of the people, as I said, when they look at both of you, they look at where you are right now. My mentor likes saying, don't compare your chapter 20 with your chapter 1 with someone's chapter 20. As I said, both of you travel excessively. Both of you drive around in exotic cars, nice cars. Someone would look at this show right now and say, look, I'm starting a business. They make their first couple of millions, and already they use their capital to live the lifestyle that you guys have already paid your dues. You've already done your years. Since 2014, you've already paid your dues. What do you have to say to someone that's just started in business, made a couple of millions, and already they're jumping into... There's nothing wrong with traveling. I also like traveling myself. There's nothing wrong with fast cars. But I think there needs to be a time where you distinguish between your capital and profit. You know? So what would you have to say to someone in their early stages of business in terms of finances and leisure distinguishment?
Okay, guys, what I'd say to you is that in the first years of business, I remember we went for like 2 years without a stable salary, my business partner and I. Everything that we did, all the profits, we were reinvesting it back into the business. That's what you do in your first years. Don't jump to go to shopping, and we only started spending money when we realized now the college is stable, the college is well known, we've got all the accreditations. But in that first year, I remember the very first year, we did not have a salary. We only took transport money just for petrol to go to drive around and come back to work. So we basically reinvested for 2 years. We are reinvesting all the profits back into the company until the company was stable. So make sure that you don't rush to enjoy those profits, because you won't grow as a business. When you think that the business is stable and you've grown enough, that's when you can start spending the money.
I like that. As you had that, the first few years, commit everything, every single cent that you get, reinvest in your business. And I think most of the entrepreneurs that I've interviewed on this show, most of them started their first few years without a salary. It's only when later that their business started making money, then they can start getting a salary. And also another mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs do, we use the business card for our personal reasons. Brazilian, business. We fail to understand that business is an entity on its own, and then Thapelo, I'm a person, as much as this is my business, but I need to have what do we call this thing, a pay slip. You know, so most people think being in business is all about, I don't have a pay slip. No, as a business person, you also have a pay slip. It's your business, but business is not you. Now, you spoke about accreditations. Thapelo, can you please take us through the process of accreditations? You know, I'm accredited myself. I've got new venture creation with services CETA NQF level 2 and 4. I know the hassles of acquiring an accreditation. It's so please just take me through the starting of accreditation with all the accreditations. And also please mention to us, I saw on your roosters, I saw travel, I saw hotel, I saw finance. Just take us through the courses that you offer as Best Performance College, and also take us through the challenges of acquiring each and every module. How was it like?
Yeah, acquiring accreditation, it was a hell lot of a road.
I know.
For example, I'll start with Umalusi. Okay. For Umalusi, the first invoice that we got was 100,000.
Yeah.
Remember I said that we had 6,000 into our account. Yes. So we needed to sit down and reflect on our bank statement and say, partner, we need to cut on other accreditations. We managed to cut it down until we had a reasonable invoice.
Okay.
We also got to Department of Education and Training. We were both clueless on the policies. We were both clueless. We did not understand what our policies, when they say that they need QMS, we didn't even understand what is quality management system. We spent money on paying somebody a QMS. We spent, I think about, was it 8.5? Only later to realize that that quality management system...
It's provided for you.
It's provided, and also it's very wrong. You cannot use that because it was for the other accreditation. It's not what they want into Department of Education and Training. Now imagine, people who do not have money. We had to search ourselves from our own investment account, and we pay that 8.5 something to pay something that it's not even important to us on that accreditation. We moved from Umalusi, we went to QCTO. It was also a hassle. We had to travel to Joburg, understand each and every document, little document that it was needed. The advice that I would tell to my fellow brothers and sisters is that do not be lazy. Sit down, play around on the internet. When they say that we need QMS, Google, find out what is QMS. It's a quality management system. What is it that is in the quality management system? Read through each and every policy that you find in there. Then you can sit down and compile your own policies. And you asked me something.
How many courses do you offer here?
All
What
right.
kind of courses do you offer here?
The courses that we have engineering. Under engineering section, we have electrical, mechanical, and civil. In both accreditations, we have N1 to N6. N1 to N3, we have accredited from Umalusi. And N4 to N6, we get accreditation from QCTO. From QCTO, we apply for a center number to Department of Higher Education and Training. And from that, you also have to apply for a Department of Higher Education number. That's when they can give you. And we also have, under business studies, we have business management, travel and tourism, marketing, financial management, public relations, public management, management assistance.
Wow. Now, just before you give us Bohlokoa the mic, the other day I've been privileged to be a motivational speaker at your graduation. I want to know what's the feeling like. You know, dealing with the learners, the students could be very tiresome, sleepless nights. But how was the feeling when you see both of you established graduates? Like the parents, they were so happy. Like the environment there was just joyous. I saw the parents just ululating. So how do you, both of you, feel as directors, just looking there, looking at, or you know what, more we had a hand in this person's success. We know one of the journeys to success is education. As much as it's not a guarantee, you know, but we'll speak about that another day. But how do you feel? How Banale produced your quality graduates? Take me through your emotions on that day, just looking at the learners happy and smiling and.
Sorry, the last courses that I forgot to mention, it's policing.
Oh,
We
yes.
had policing, we have a legal secretary, we also have traffic and management. All right. The first group that graduated, it was in 2015.
Okay.
I couldn't believe myself. I was only 26 years old, and there I am.
Wow.
I have graduated, I have people that have been through my hands.
Yeah.
I had learners that we pushed so hard to graduate. I can't explain that feeling. I cannot explain the expression that I had. I was so happy. I don't want to lie. I was so overwhelmed. I don't know how to say it, but I was so happy. I was so happy to produce such people.
It's an emotion you can't explain, you know. So to you that's watching this, as much as right now you might be experiencing sleepless nights, you know, it might be seeming like you're not seeing any progress, but we might endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So do enjoy whatever that you're busy doing right now. They might laugh now, but the one that always laughs later has the best laugh. Bohlokoa, how did you feel on that day?
Well, like she said, you can't explain the feeling.
Yeah.
Especially because most kids go to school, parents pay school fees, and kids don't come back with the results. So seeing those kids going back with the certificates home is really a wonderful achievement as a college.
Now, another thing, one of the reasons that we established this show is to profile local entrepreneurs within South Africa, people that are doing well in business, just like yourselves. The reason local, it's because it's easy to sit on TV and watch Steve Harvey, how he made it from where he was to where he is now, Oprah Winfrey and all that. However, I realize that if I'm from Polokwane right now, I'll relate more with Bohlokoa and Thapelo, because both of you have a story to tell. I'll start with you, Bohlokoa. Take us through who you are, before who you are right now. As she mentioned, you come from Lesotho. What was your growing up like? Were you always born in the glamour? Were you always born in the success? Or what was it growing up? I just want to hear your story because I believe we all relate to story. Or okay, Lehlohonolo comes from Seshego, and today he's a well-renowned motivational speaker doing exceptionally well. You can relate with my story, you know. So please just take us through your story from a little Bohlokoa, your background, your community. What was it like growing up?
Okay, all right. Like they already said, I'm from Lesotho.
Okay.
I think the little Bohlokoa has always been an entrepreneur. Growing up, I remember in primary, I used to sell ice blocks at home. Yes, and I'd keep all that money till December. Come December, I'd go to a shop and maybe buy myself a CD, Boom Shaka CD. So I've always been an entrepreneur. Going to high school, I've been in boarding school the whole time. So I was in high school in Bloemfontein. Also there, I showed entrepreneurial skills because I had a laundry business.
Oh, wow.
I had a
So
partner.
you were washing your
No,
colleagues?
yes, no, I had a partner. She was good at washing and ironing. I've always been good at recruiting.
So you were
I was
more
always
of the
recruiting
management
clients,
side.
Yes, I would target the matriculants because I knew they were busy with the studies and they were dating, so they didn't have time for that.
Yes.
So I would wait for them, give us your uniform, we'll wash and iron. And also that time I was also generating extra income. From high school, I went to University of Free State. There also, I still had a business. I was having a tuck shop. Yes, you know that money that they give you to swipe food, like your, here
Is
it's
that-
NFSs.
yeah.
I used to swipe snacks and resell to those who didn't have NFSs. And on the side, I was a waiter and a tutor. So I always generated income for myself. I think I grew up independent from a very young age. I've always been independent.
So it was not glitz and glamour growing up.
No, not.
You
I
really
can't really
worked
say.
your way.
I
You really
worked
worked-
my way. I've never
Wow.
been a spoiled brat. I knew that okay, they give me money month end. That's it. If I want extra money, I have to find money myself.
Oh, wow.
That's what I've been doing all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Thapelo, as a child, was it always glitz and glamour? You know, were you that? I was actually listening to an interview of another lady, and she said, you know what, in our days, when you saw another child with a skaftin, analepoloni or cheese, you knew that, no, this was from a well-off family. Your skaftin, did you always have cheese in your skaftin? Take us through your childhood. How was your childhood? Were you privileged or?
The childhood that I had, it was, I always explained to her, she would always tell me that you are lying. Like, I can't go down that road, but then it was never about cleans and glamour in everything, you understand. I was raised by my mom alone, a single parent. She did a very good job, and remember I said to you that I had a low self-esteem. So I would always sit down. I've always loved my own space, sitting down, thinking, what is it that I want to do? And then I remember when I was in grade 12, I used to save. When my mom gives me money for pocket money, I don't use that. I've never used that money. I would take that money and put it somewhere very safe. Whenever I need something, if my mom didn't have money, I would take the money from that my mom gave me. And the only thing that I would say is that in high school, we had a principal. He was very strict. Can I say his name? Mener Mazapola. I went to Denton Secondary School. He was very strict. On his strictness, I only realize now when I'm grown that he was not strict. He was helping us. He was building us as a young people. His words always comes back to my mind whenever I'm going through trouble. He would give us a random quote on assembly. He who knows not that he knows not. He is a fool. You understand? So you'd always sit down that, oh, I don't know this. Let me go and research. Let me find out from someone. You understand? So he played a very good, important role also in my life. My mom played a very important role in my life. I don't want to lie. So my life was always about my mom and me, my brothers. Like, it was never about cleats and glamour. The kaftini cheo, ne di sego, ka breaki berkitimela gae, rio ja gae, because no was na di lochecha bona che barking che.
Oh, the tech shop.
No gonna let tech shop.
Okay. Feeding
But
scheme.
the feeding scheme. No was not the feeding scheme. So you'd always ka break. You'd always run home and eat. After eating, you come back home to school. And yeah.
You know, whoever that's watching right now, I'm sure you can relate because most of us as black people, we come from more or less similar background. So I'm glad that you realize that for you to be successful, you don't have to come from a well-off family, you don't have to come from the suburbs, you don't have to come from the Joneses, but you can start from where you are and then grow eventually from there. I'm very much inspired. I usually say to people that every time I do these interviews, I'm the one that's first inspired because fortunately I get this content firsthand along with the media team. So we're very much privileged. Now, thank you so much for this interview. Now, in conclusion, I want you to share with someone that's watching into this platform that says, look, one day I want to be in business. One day I want to be in whatever business that I might be in. What are the steps that I should take in terms of starting this business, getting a business on the ground? Where do I start?
Okay, firstly, you must do research about the company whatever it is that you want to do. You must have details about how to run it, where, maybe if it's a shop, where you get your stock. And then the second step would be to register a company, SCK with CIPRO. And then from there, find a building or just start.
Just start. I love the words just start, actually. Because, that's why there's vision of Microsoft 1.1, 1.0, 1.4, iPhone 4, iPhone 5. What is essentially Steve Jobs said at that time was, look, I'm not yet perfect, but here's iPhone 4. Now iPhone 5 came, iPhone 6. Now, okay, that vision was crap. We gave you a crap vision. Sorry for that. Here's another vision. That's essentially what products do. Even soaps or whatever, every now and then would see a new TV advert that says, look, that previous soap was bad. Here's a better vision. So I was actually speaking to a lady that has a cosmetic range and said, look, I'm not yet ready to take it to the marketplace. Look, man, just start. I love that. So I'm just emphasizing on what you said. Now, OST, you mentioned a lot that you didn't have confidence when you were growing up. Now, clearly, it's unquestionable that you have the confidence. Take us through, a young lady is watching this, or even a guy watching this saying, look, I'm also just like you. I don't have confidence right now. How do I boost my own confidence? What is a confidence booster? What did you do for you to build the confidence?
I don't know what I did. I think that sometimes as a person, sit down, reflect on yourself. Reflect on what is it that I want in my life. When people tell you things, don't take them for advantage. Listen very carefully. Not everyone is out there to destroy us. Someone, somewhere, somehow, it's there to build you. Associate yourself with people who want to build you. Don't associate yourself with people that always speak negative things. Be around people who are always positive. Talk positive things. That, okay, when they're speaking positivity in my life, it means let me wear that positivity that they're telling me. Klaba, abara, when smart, go out there and do what you want to do. You understand? Klaba, abarang, being smart. Even if it's not even about expensive clothes. Yes. Life is not about materialistic things that we are after in our generation. Klaba, abara, ube smart, go out there. Be yourself, love yourself, represent yourself the way when you're sitting down, you see this is me. You understand? Just be yourself and confidence will come your way.
And I think one of the things that we need to do is not waiting on other people's compliments. Yeah. I do affirmations. Almost every morning I've got affirmations in my room. Every time I look into the mirror, I just, Chloe, you are handsome. Chloe, you are this. Chloe, you are this. Chloe, you are an international speaker. Chloe, you make impact globally. Chloe, speak to yourself. Do affirmations. That will definitely help you because Les Brown said someone's opinion of you does not have to be your reality. And also one of the things that I also do, I detach myself from both compliments and criticism. Because if I can take your compliments, Bohlokoa, Thapelo, if I have to take you, I'm a good speaker, giving me any sort of compliments, which means if you criticize me tomorrow, I'm going to take it. Yeah. So what I do, I never take compliments. And also what it does, it keeps you humble. Because if every time you do something, people tell you how good you are, Now, what that does is you neglect mastering your craft. Okay, everyone is telling me I'm a good speaker, so I neglect practicing, I neglect reading. So I never take it. So in that way, if you tell me right now, Lehlohonolo, you are ugly, Lehlohonolo, you've got a bad voice, Lehlohonolo, you're not educated to do what you're doing, it does not come to me because your compliments never made me in the first place. Thank you so much for today. I know both of you always have a hectic schedule. I mean, it's been almost over a year trying to get this interview. If both of you were not committed, I was committed. So I'm really glad that finally we did this. And I believe this interview is going to change someone's life. You know, so if this interview made an impact in your life, do leave a comment below and appreciate. You know, sometimes people are quick to criticize. I see it on Twitter, especially with this thing of Black Twitter. We need to just appreciate, you know. So thank you so much for these excellent words. I'm going to listen to this again. As I usually say that when you listen to something for the second time, you always learn what you missed the first time. So please just look into the camera and pour out your heart to someone that's watching this. Anything that you feel like within maybe 5 seconds, anything that you feel like someone that might watch this needs to hear. Maybe speak to what you wish you would have had 5 years before you started. Just say anything into the camera. We can start with you because you have the mic already.
Thank you. What I can say to somebody who's watching this, I had a song back in high school that I used to sing that goes by, together in love and peace, you can make it. Thank you.
Together in love and peace.
Together in love and peace and faith,
make it.
you can
Wow.
make it. Love, peace, and faith.
Wow.
You can do whatever that you
Wow.
want to do.
Wow, that's profound.
Okay, guys, I'm going to say this to you. Every dream is valid. So whatever that you're dreaming about, if you want it, it will happen. Just focus.
Every dream is valid. You've heard that. I hope this was beneficial to you as much as it's beneficial to me. Thank you so much. Do subscribe, leave a comment below. Where can they find you on your social media platforms? I know both of you are very much interactive, so you reply to, so you're very interactive. I'll start with you. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, where can people reach out to you?
My Instagram is Bohlokoa6772.
Okay.
Facebook is Bohlokoa Senatsi.
Okay.
And there's also Best Performance College.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
On Twitter, it's Thapelo for God. On Instagram, it's Thapelo Pride. On Facebook, it's Thapelo Makhura. And again, you can also like our page. It's Best Performance College on Facebook. We are still to do Twitter account.
Until then, peace out. Thank you so much.
Stay blessed.
Thank you.